It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center, providing big city healthcare with a hometown touch. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It is Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019. It is 7 a.m. and welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis, and hope everybody has a wonderful Tuesday up and going today.
Yeah, it's another beautiful. We got great mornings, even though we did get some rain yesterday.
Yeah, I got some rain last night.
I think most of us stayed really south of town.
Yeah,
but
I got a pretty good little shower. Yeah, a little thunder, a little bit of lightning.
We had a couple. Ours was like off and on. We had a big one that came through. My wife was coming into town, and she said it didn't rain one lick from that one.
Huh.
But it must.
Wow.
You must have got the later one.
Yeah, I had two different showers come through last night, and they were about an hour apart. But anyway, it was kind of a pleasant little evening last night. So not bad this morning. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome Down on the Corner program. We are brought to you by Baxter Regional Medical Center. Excuse me, best care in the Midwest. The envy of many Midwestern hospitals. Check out their 24/7 urgent care for only $69 per visit. Get started today. Go to baxterregionalcare.com. Go to the Apple App Store or Google Play on your smartphone devices. Urgent Care 24/7 is one of the innovations of Baxter Regional Medical Center, where you can get on your iPhone or your smartphone and talk directly to a doctor. Saves you having to go to a appointment
Keeps
desk.
you from appointment, waiting in line, doing all that.
Wait in the waiting room.
They can call in your prescriptions. They
stand
can do
on the
everything.
scale. Look in your ears. Anyway, Urgent Care 24/7 available through Baxter Regional Medical Center right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. They serve about 18 counties, both in Arkansas and Missouri. The best care in the Midwest right here in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Baxter Regional Medical Center, the gem of the Twin Lakes area. And so, anyway,
there
they've got, you know, innovations, ideas, I mean, and what was that Tobias talked about last time? That 3D?
Oh, the 3D imaging.
Yeah.
It's like a mannequin type thing that they can work on that is actually 3D. And the thing is really cool because it actually makes noises, and it's as real as you get.
Yeah.
And you can actually, when you're doing things with the mannequin, I'm calling it a mannequin. I know that's not the right word for it, but you can actually put the glasses on and see the stuff 3D inside and see how it's reacting and see what's happening inside the body.
Wow.
It's really cool. I mean, I'd rather be practicing on that than me.
Wow. And so they just keep on moving forward with technology and more innovations in the medical field. Baxter Regional Medical Center, best care in the Midwest. Excuse me. I've been coughing and hacking all morning. Must be, I'll have to check the allergies here in a minute. I'm enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the very same thing with 3 locations in Mountain Home to serve you. We've got Bomber Boulevard, 62 East Plaza, out by Anytime Fitness, and of course, Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. Check out Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. They got their mochas, lattes, espressos, iced coffee, good old regular black coffee like we have right over here. Need to come down and join us sometime. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive here in Mountain Home. And stop by and have a cup of coffee with us. We'd love to have you stop by. Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 Roller Funeral Homes in Arkansas to serve you, with one in Memphis, Tennessee. Brad, Charlotte, Bruce, Chris, anybody here in town will be able to help you if you need to pre-plan, or perhaps it's an emergency situation, or you've got a loved one that perhaps could be terminally ill and their time is near. Talk to Roller Funeral Homes. It's not a pleasant subject to talk about, but they handle it. They know what to do. They can take care of you. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes right here in Mountain Home. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, as we celebrate our country's independence this week, let us remember that freedom comes with being independent. The freedoms that come with being independent. We're free to choose to worship as we choose. Some choose not even to worship. We can do what we want when we want to do it. We can choose our careers, but with freedom and independence comes responsibility. Having government forgive student loans is not forgiveness. Overtaxing our citizens is not freedom. getting hit in the head with a crowbar because of religion is not freedom. My prayer to the Lord is help us to remember that if we will call on you, you will be there for us. I pray you bring us back to God, and that's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now,
the weather.
dun, dun, dun.
It's not bad today. Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z-Team, 870-405-0793, retired to Arkansas.net. It's time to take a peek at the White River. No.
You wanted to see the river because you're not going to see it
Oh, we got fog on the river.
here. You can't even see it. You wanted to see the river, so I'm grabbing the steel shot for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the shot looks in the...
off a little bit. Let's say that the humidity is a bit high. That's what it's supposed to look like in January. That's what it looks like on July 2nd at 7:06 in the morning. We'll check it here in a few minutes. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs at Century 21 Lemac Real Estate. The award-winning Z-Team, buying, selling, property, whatever it is in Arkansas or in Missouri. They can help you down in Calico Rock and Marshall and Marion County, right here in Baxter County, even in the state of Missouri. And so be sure to call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793, retire to Arkansas.net. Once again, I'm going to start hollering at all my friends up there in St. Clair County, Illinois. You know, your gasoline tax just doubled, your property tax, right? You need to come down to Arkansas to where you can come down and live and enjoy and get to see places like the White River. So call the Z-Team at 870-405-0793 or check out their website, retiredtoarkansas.net, and they will get you started on a new life in Arkansas or Missouri, right?
There you go.
All right. Weather-wise, we're at 69 degrees in Mountain Home and Flippin, 67 at Harrison, 69 in Yellville. Salem checks in at 68, at 69 at Calico Rock. Mountain View already at 70 degrees. The warm spot so far is St. Louis at 77, at 73 in Poplar Bluff, 68 at West Plains, 68 in Branson, and only 55 degrees in Watford City, North Dakota. Not too bad. On the radar this morning, not much around here. A little bit in east central Oklahoma, moving into west central Arkansas. Looks like a line of showers developing from Nebraska on the Nebraska-Kansas line, and then Kansas is getting a little bit into Oklahoma, the Panhandle. Don't know if that's going to develop into anything or not. But anyway, we've got a little bit on west central Arkansas. A lot of showers going on in Wisconsin, then across Lake Michigan into Michigan. And so let's take a look at the Little Rock stop real quick. We'll hit that Little Rock radar and see what's going on in Arkansas. What do you say? Shower activity along Highway 71 and Interstate 49 at Fort Smith over around Mena and on the Arkansas-Oklahoma line. And so a little bit of shower activity over there. Other showers showing up at Hot Springs on Interstate 30 just southwest of Little Rock. And a few showers around the Little Rock metro area. Looks like a little bit on I-40 east. Other than that, I-40 west from Little Rock, Conway, over to Fort Smith, good shape. And most of I-49 looks pretty good as well. Might pick up a little bit of shower around Conway on Highway 65 if you're going north to Branson. Little Rock to Batesville on 167, you could get a couple of swipes of the windshield wipers there, but Highway 67 looks like it's in pretty good shape. 62, 412 along the northern part of the state, no issues there. Interstate 55 going out of West Memphis north towards state line of Missouri looks like it's in pretty good shape as well. I-30 around Texarkana, no problems right there. And then, of course, like I said, I-40, Little Rock towards Fort Smith, you're going to hit some showers maybe around, you might hit a little bit of shower around Russellville, but other than that, I don't see any issues there. It is July. St. Louis area, we'll take a look at the St. Louis area. I-70 Columbia into St. Louis looks good there, picking up a lot of humidity. I-70 East Vandalia, Effingham, no problems there. I-64 from East St. Louis, Illinois to Mount Vernon, no problems. Interstate 55, Sykeston Cape into St. Louis looks good. You can see Interstate 57 in the junction of I-24 around Carbondale, Illinois with no showers there. Interstate 44, Rolla to St. Louis, the 103-mile trip there with no showers. Picking up a lot of moisture in the air, though. I bet they're pretty humid in St. Louis. Southwest Missouri, see what's going on there. Right there we go. You can see the showers that stretch from Fort Smith, Arkansas back towards Tulsa. Not affecting anything very major right here in Arkansas. I-44, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield, Lebanon, and Rolla. Looks like it's in pretty good shape there. And I-70, Kansas City to Columbia, Missouri. And so on the warning map, not much. Heat advisory in north central Indiana and northwest Ohio. Other than that, they are still watching the Missouri River and Mississippi River. And that's really about it. 7-day forecast looks like this. Today, 20 to a 50% chance of showers with a high of only 83. That's what it says, 83. Wow, low tonight, 70 with a 20% chance of thunderstorms. And Wednesday, 30% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 86, low of 70, partly cloudy on Wednesday night. July 4th, Independence Day, 40% chance of showers, high of 89. Thursday night, 71 degrees for the low. Friday, 40% chance of showers, high of 89. Low on Friday night is 71 with 20% chance of showers. And Saturday, another 40% chance of showers with a high of 90. Checking iDrive Arkansas. Got a couple of little flags here. I'll show you what happens when you go here. There's a disabled stalled vehicle on Highway 190, which I don't know where Highway 190 is. Apparently it's west of Pine Bluff. And of course in Little Rock, there's probably an accident on Interstate 440.
If you're listening to this, by the time you get there, it'll be gone.
It'll be gone. I'm kind of demonstrating how to use this. So, whenever you see one of the little red or blue circle X's, that's probably an issue with some flooding or some problems on the highway. These little exclamation marks mean there's a problem, most generally with a vehicle. So before you travel, check iDrive Arkansas. And also you can put the radar on here. And you can see with the showers, see if that affects your travel. You can also check your border states of Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Tennessee from iDrive Arkansas. Going to the Missouri Department of Transportation map, southern Missouri is in pretty good shape. Highway 160 across the lower part of the state looks like it's in pretty good shape. They're still battling some flooding issues on Interstate 29 and the side roads that feed off of Interstate 29 north of Kansas City. And, hey, I'm not getting the Ridge Runner message. They may have reestablished that. So, it's been, I talked to my cousin last night over around Potosi area. He says, it's been raining. Of course, wow. Anyway, they've got the rain up there. All right. Before you travel, check iDrive Arkansas or Missouri Department of Transportation Traveler Information Map. Allergies, cough, cough, cough. Woke up doing this. 3.8 low to medium day. Grasses, plankton, and nettle are your main allergens today. Tomorrow they're predicting a 1.4, so apparently we may get a shower or two to wash all of that away. Once again, let's take a look now. 6 minutes is transpired. Let's see what it's done to the fog with all this humidity. I bet we're...
You want to see the river or the fog?
Well, we'll look at the fog, I guess. Anyway, we'll check it later on the program. Oh, boy, a lot of fog on the river today. Boy, the humidity's high. My goodness. Anyway, morning weather is brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs, buying, selling, need some property, Arkansas or Missouri. You need to get a little bit bigger house, got your family's growing a little bit, or you need to downsize, give them a call. And also, Linda is a professional staging person that can set that house for that certain eye appeal. So when you're ready to sell, woo, I like that. You get that little eye catch right there and help sell the home. And so call the Z-Team, Bob and Linda, 870-405-0793, retiretoarkansas.net. Community calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square. Best breakfast, best lunch in town, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11.
Today is Tuesday. We've got the twos today. The 2 eggs, 2 sausage or bacon, 2 pancakes, all for $5.88. Or for lunch, we got Kimmy's homemade meatloaf. Comes with 2 sides of roller cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
All right. Let's see what we got on community calendar today. At the library, we've got coming up, this is at the Donald W. Reynolds Library, on July 13th, which will be a Saturday from 10 till 2, area authors will be at the library promoting and signing their published works. Also coming up, Get Social Facebook edition on August 22nd. These are adult tech classes at the library, so be sure to check out those activities at the library. Also for adults, the Coloring Club, Monday, 10 a.m. to 12 o'clock, 10 to noon. Yoga for adults, Monday and Wednesdays, 5 to 6. And Homebuyers, June 7th. Oh, that's all the way over. I thought that said July, but it's not. Anyway. And let's see. I need to find this email real quick.
Go ahead and mention OFA football is still doing sign-ups for youth football. If you got a child that's in 3rd grade to 6th grade and is interested in playing football, we're still going to be doing sign-ups. We've got a sign-up on July 13th and also on July 27th. Also on the 20th, they'll be doing a training camp that is free and open to any youth kid that would be interested in doing a little fun football. So I'll have more facts as that gets closer, but put that on your calendar.
The Veterans of Foreign Wars Lead Hill Post 10-417 is having their live auction on Saturday evening, July 6th at 6 o'clock at the Lead Hill Park. A lot of items will be up for bid, and it's going to help. They'll go into the community, local veterans, their families, veteran-supported scholarships, and contests for local students. So be sure to come out and support the Veterans of Foreign Wars Lead Hill Post 10-417 on Saturday evening, July 6th at 6 p.m. at the Lead Hill Park. And I think that's all I've got. No, wait, I think I've got one more. Let's see. That's tomorrow. Summer classes at Schliemann Center for Women's Health Education, July 3rd from 8 to 5. Summer Schliemann Center for Women's Health is offering some fun and creative classes for ladies of all ages. Getting Creative with Gladys will meet every Friday from June 7th through August 2nd. The sessions are free. Supplies are provided. That's at the Schliemann Center for Women's Health. Bread of Life Kitchen, July 3rd at 8 a.m. Bread of Life Kitchen held at the Word of Life Church, 310 South Main. Held on Wednesdays from 3 to 5:30 p.m. Meal is free. Donations are accepted. Community calendar brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square in Mountain Home. Best lunch, best breakfast in town, Monday through Friday.
Go by and give Amanda a hard time and tell them the
You
county judge told you to do it. Tell them Mickey told you to do it. Go in there and give her a hard
Get him
time.
in trouble. All right, 7:16, time for a break. County Judge Mickey Pendergrass is our guest, so stick around. We'll be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
(7:21) visiting with the Baxter County Judge, Mickey Pendergrass. Howdy, sir.
Good morning. Happy summer.
We're here.
It's here, finally.
Yeah, what was it? First day of summer, they had the North Central Board of Realtors had a golf tournament. And since my surgery almost 3 years ago, I hadn't played much golf. So my grandson and I had played a couple of rounds. We go out to play, and the tee off is at 1 o'clock, and it's the first day of summer, and it's the hottest day of the year, like 103 index. The next morning, I was worthless for 2 hours. I was I was bouncing off the walls, not just the hall, the walls. It was a little dehydrating, I think, but summer is here.
Yep.
It is.
Yep.
It has arrived. We're in this summer weather pattern. I was watching the weather again last night, and we got somebody was asking me yesterday, well, what's the chance of rain? I said, tomorrow, 20%. Well, what the day after that, 20%. It just keeps going. We're in that pattern to where we had one late yesterday afternoon rain showers, boom, and
see if I can find.
But folks are trying to get here, and they're trying to get on the lake with all the water we have and the high water levels, and all the 4th of July celebrations happening around us. So it's a good time to be here.
This came out from NOAA. If we throw this on the screen, talking about this, we're supposed to be a little bit below normal temperature in Arkansas, North Arkansas, Missouri.
Well, that's a good thing.
And then just slightly above for rainfall. This is a rainy season. And
you think?
What tipped me off? Huh?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
you been trying to do any fishing out on the lake?
Not lately. I did go out and got up that Saturday morning. I was so dizzy and messed up after being dehydrated. They had that it was on Saturday, and they had that poker run for the robotics team. And I had the brochure there. And, of course, our oldest grandson was on one of the world championship teams, and it's been kind of special to us. So I asked her when I finally got my bearings, I said, you want to go for a boat ride? She said, yeah. So call the grandson that lives here in town. He's 11. Said, we'll go for a boat ride. Though we went for a boat ride, made all 7 ports of calls for them and got him to draw. We had 2 hands. We was playing. We got to the last port of call way back up into Pigeon Creek, and they decided they wanted to go fishing. We had 3 or 4 hours yet to have to turn it in. They wanted to go swimming. I mean, back up. And they want me to go swimming. I said, no, you swim, I'll fish. So I got to fish a little bit, and I did catch one, missed 3 or 4.
Yeah. Huh.
There you go.
Tell you how easy fishing is. Now, I was on the causeway up there that's underwater. You know, there was supposed to be a road there, and it's 6 foot deep. And it's got a real steep bank off each side. And I pitched my little worm there on a steep bank, and they swimming on one side of the boat, and I was catching fish on the other side. If you put it out there with them, it doesn't matter all that noise and flapping over there. They'll still bite. And,
wow.
But I needed to go. I may try that this holiday week sometime this week, get out early before the traffic gets out there. It's just so difficult for the problem that people like me who have their boat on the trailer, it's harder and harder to find places to launch because there's no parking. Buzzard Roost is really good. It's probably the most available one right now. Others are available, but parking is very limited. So Quarry has a lot of parking up on top. So there are places if you try to go bad enough you can get in there. But if you're lucky and you can walk from the bank to your marina where your boat is parked, you don't have to ferry out to your boat. But there is a lot of water. Just be careful. There's still floaters out there from the floods up north.
Gates open?
The floodgates hadn't been opened on Norfolk yet.
They hadn't opened
I thought
yet.
they were going to open them on
they were going to, and then they
24th.
got all that rain, and the buffalo came up when we were driving Wednesday morning and Friday when we went to a conference and come back to Buffalo was still river down and coming back, but it was dropping. So they are generating, but they're not. There's no floodgates open that I know of. They've tried twice, but because of the heavy rain, the river got up to almost 20 foot again at Newport, and that shuts it down on the dams. But Beaver was extremely high, and they had to dump to Table Rock, and Table Rock is not going to be extremely high, so they were dumping to Bull Shoals. That's why Bull Shoals is up so high. They've not been able to open the floodgates yet, but I think it's probably coming pretty quick, maybe after the holiday. But I just got back from a conference, and I might relay just a little bit to people to tell you how disaster management works in this state, Arkansas, and makes you pretty proud to be a part of this system. They, as you know, in county government in Arkansas, they had a disaster official to make the decisions as the county judge, and it's at times pretty an overwhelming responsibility. But there were 16 counties involved in the Arkansas River flood that just happened, and they have some rising water right now, so they're concerned with levees and stuff that were damaged. But A.J. Gary, who is the director of Arkansas Department of Emergency Management, explained to us and talked about everybody that was involved and how so exciting it was. Adam has which is short for Arkansas Department of Emergency Management. They have a control room, and it's kind of like a big Hollywood theater. And they've got a wall as big as that one over there, but it's just full of TV screens. They got rows and rows of computers and telephones, and so when disasters like this happen, they man these stations, and they can watch what's happening. And they set people of importance around this room so that anything that becomes needed, it's immediately available. Well, this is the first time in this Arkansas River disaster that it has been as utilized to its capacity, and yet it has more capacity on top of that. They had sitting in this room all of their people who were local people. They had contact with the county judges, with the Office of Emergency Management in each county, and whoever else. Also in this room, they had a contact and or contacts with FEMA. The Federal Emergency Management were in the room. Then they had leadership out in contacts through the National Guard and from the governor's liaison, and any service that was needed. That's why they were able to respond so quickly to this disaster when they saw a levee that was in trouble, and as they were inspecting or running drones up and down the levees to find it, they would make a call and whatever was needed. Like the Black Hawk helicopters from the Arkansas National Guard dropped hundreds of 3,000-pound sandbags to save this levees and the places that it was saved. I even watched one video. They were dropping hay to stranded cattle that was stranded by the river. But that's how it works, is that when it goes up the chain, they have a person in the field who is, as I've told somebody, if it happens here and we have one of those, I'm going to have my emergency management on one side of me and Adam's contact and district on the other side. They're going to be glued to me, and that's pretty much the way it operated. And then one of those guys could then make the call into the office that we need, and before dark it was had. So that's how it responded, and how things. One death in that whole disaster, from the Oklahoma line all the way to the Mississippi River, 16 counties, and one person died because of that flood. Levees busted and things were, and people do crazy things, put themselves in danger, and maybe they paid little attention here. But I don't know if you ever seen pictures of Fort Smith, but it was high water. We think our lakes are high. That Arkansas River was.
It got vicious.
Yeah, it did. But that's how we respond in Arkansas, and it's an absolutely amazing to be a part of that, have access to that kind of help, and know that they're sitting there waiting for you, and that they're here to help, and they mean it.
But I don't think, did Arkansas have as much rain as Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri? I think, the Arkansas River flooded because of the tailwaters.
It was really a combination. They had, from what I understand, an early heavy snow melt because of the warm temperatures out west in the mountains, and the Arkansas River heads up in the mountains. If you ever seen the upper end of it, that's
about as wide as that.
Yeah, that's a worthy trip to go up and see the upper Arkansas. It's beautiful country.
Yeah.
Reminds you of this, except the mountains are a little taller. And then they had a lot of rain. It just kept going pattern after pattern after pattern that run up I-45 and north. And all of that drains into the Arkansas River. If you take most of the western three-fourths of Oklahoma, southern Kansas, out into Colorado and into the mountains, and then up into Missouri. To give you an example, Major League Fishing is now, it's its first year, but it's a major bass tournament series for those that don't know. They had a tournament on Table Rock Lake. Their next tournament, in 2 weeks, was to be on Grand Lake, which is out here by Grove, Oklahoma. They brought that tournament back to Table Rock, and we had people in the area here fishing Table Rock the second time around because you could not get on Grand Lake. Grand Lake is on the Illinois River, which drains up towards Joplin, Missouri, up into southwest Kansas and southwest Missouri, and it drains into Grand Lake. That lake was so full that there was no launch areas available. They could not have the tournament there, and that drains directly into the Arkansas River. So it was lakes and rivers like that kept flooding it. It has a large drainage area. It was not the water coming from Arkansas. It was the water, like you said, coming from out west and north of Arkansas.
And that hurts not just the damage done by the river and everything, but the economy not being able to have the tournament, not being able, that hurts them.
It shut down the river traffic. There's a lot of barge river traffic up and down the Arkansas, and it shut all that down, and I don't think it's completely opened back up yet. They just opened the Mississippi back up because of its flooding, but I'm not sure the Arkansas, because they really don't know where the channel is right now, because it has to constantly be dredged to keep the shipping lanes open. So they'll have to check and find the channels to see if they're where they're supposed to be. But yeah, it shuts down a lot of things, and it's not only devastating, but like you said, Scooter, it shuts down the economy around you, and it definitely affects us with the high water we have in the lakes now, and as hard as it is to get access to the lakes, it hurts us here. People will go to where they can get on the water because they love being on the water. We have lots of it, and I hope they come in and get on it. Our economy looks good, so we hope that everybody has a safe and prosperous 4th of July.
You bet. Well, we'll take a break. 7:33, more with the county judge right after this.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Gray's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop. Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today. Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
"7:36, do I dare say let's look at the White River again, or is it still foggy?"
Actually, it's not bad. We can actually see the river now.
Hey, look,
it's starting
there.
to poke in there.
30 minutes later, there's the river,
right
Connor.
out.
That's brought to you by the Z-Team, Bob and Linda Zadora, for all your real estate needs. Good shot this morning. That's pretty. Well, how'd you like to be in Illinois?
Well, I don't ever found a good reason to be in Illinois for anything, but what's going on in Illinois?
They doubled their gas tax.
Well, California just raised theirs too.
Yeah, they're up $1 higher than national average. Yeah.
Yeah. I read an article I didn't see the Illinois one. I did see the one on California. I think it was like 12 cents or something like that. But they give the national average, which was, what, $2.71 or something like that. And gas out there was almost $1 higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw some of that. We're known as a high-tax state. In some
Doubled
areas,
the
that's
gas
true.
tax in Illinois.
I found an article just recently, and I saw it again yesterday. I didn't go read it again, but best state to retire in. It's floating around the internet now on one of these pop-up blocks. And if you go read it, Arkansas is number one. Best state to retire in. And one of the things that they're talking about is the low taxes. Now, what they did say, if you got to have big city urban living, don't move to Arkansas. That's okay. We don't need you if that's what you want. But because it's rural living here, we have access to that close enough. But if that's what floats your boat, then you probably need to be in a big city. But anyway, it was number one. But they had one thing wrong, because it's an older article, and it said they have a little bit of a higher income tax rate, which we did in comparison to those around us and some other states in the country. But they listed it as high as 6.9%. Well, come first of the year, that drops to 5.9. The legislature changed that this year, so the top income tax rate. So it gets even better. It's still number one.
Good.
But as far as cost of living and laid-back life and the type of life that you want to live, Arkansas is always right up there, because we have so much access to the water, like we was talking about, and the outdoors things, and we have access to the things you need to have a good life. So keep that in mind. In some places, we're still number one.
Yep. So how's our income looking? We got some good tax numbers coming, you think?
This year we have had good reports. It's like every year, your months are up and down compared to the year before, and weather does have a weather and water levels and vacationers have a little effect on that. But overall for the year, we're up 3.5% on sales tax revenue. So, which is really good, because beginning yesterday, the quarter-cent sales tax that the people awarded us that will run and take care of the maintenance of the jail and the operation of the jail from this day forward started yesterday. We were able to build that up to help pay off the construction part, and now it's fully floating. We were expected to bring in a minimum of $1.6 million a year. Well, it's on the pace to exceed 1.8. That's how good the economy is growing since a year ago, since we were talking about trying to get this tax passed, or 2 years ago, however long it's been a process. But it's on a path to do that now. So we'll be able to maybe even not only do more, but be able to save more, so that if we ever have to do this again, that we'll have the money set aside to add on to the jail again. But it's coming along. That's the exercise yard you're looking at there, and the new rooftop is coming on, but starting to do a lot of work inside. Getting it dried out where the paints can go on. It's a process.
Yeah.
But
looks good.
Yeah. That's the live video feed on the Baxter Sheriff's webpage.
I had somebody suggest that we need to drop the helicopter in there and raise the camera up a little higher so we can see down on it again. It's got too high. But it has gone up. When they show up to do a job, they get it done, and they work along. And we have a meeting coming up next week on the progress of it. We're probably going to be at least 3 to 4 weeks behind on opening date, but they hope to turn this new structure back over to us about the middle to a little after the middle of August. And then we'll have work to do in the old jail to make the two compatible, so that we can utilize the services of the kitchen and everything together. So we'll have to use part of this building to finish the older building. And then on or before October the 1st, we should have complete operation going there and completely finished. And it may happen before that, but we expect about no later than that, which is part of our quorum court agenda tonight. In preparation for that, we know that we've been behind on personnel, so we've had the meetings, and the quorum court is going to consider giving us more jailer positions and funding them tonight out of this new funding, and that is getting them trained and in preparation for the operation of 150 or 160 bed jail instead of 100 bed jail. So that's where we've been. If you look at the inmate count, we probably run 120. We usually run around that neighborhood.
Let's see. I'm going to go back in there and see. We will check that out
so
real
that
quick.
Makes us understaffed anyway. So we're getting prepared to operate the new part and the new addition.
124.
124, yeah. How many was released in the last 24 hours? Hit your release button. See it right to the right of your cursor.
Which one?
It says released. It tells you how many's been turned loose in the last day or two. So in the meantime, some of those 8 were part of that 124, and some come in, some go out. So,
my goodness.
But that's going to pretty much consume the quorum court agenda tonight, this holiday week. So we're getting preparation for full operation of that.
I'm going to bring this map on so people know what the county judge and the sheriff's department has to deal with. Down here at Big Flat, this long, narrow area down here, that's Baxter County, and as the crow flies, what's that, 45, 50 miles, just line of sight? And then you got Clark Ridge, you got northwest Baxter County, you got northeast Baxter County, all the way over past Henderson, almost to Jeep.
Yeah.
So, and basically 99% of Norfolk Lake is in Baxter County, so you've got that to...
Yeah, Hand Cove and Elizabeth area is about as hard to run as Big Flat, because you got to go all the way up and into Fulton County to get down to it.
Cut back down, yeah. So you get a lot of ground to cover just for a standard county in Arkansas.
And the Road and Bridge Department, they cover that whole area and then some. So they got work.
What projects you got going on?
We are working right now on Promised Land Road, which is a long road, a highly traveled road, highly developed road from Highway 5 to Marion County line. It's going to be a state aid job this year, County Road 17. Then we're going to be recovering, I didn't write them down, but County Road 50, which is Christensen Road, get it resealed again. Asphalt, and the people who live out there is going to County Road 9, I believe, Monkey Run, It's been in need, and it's going to get a resurface this year. And I think that one's going to be asphalt, so that'll be a lot smoother road. The way some of them people out there will be so excited they'll be sliding off the ditch when it rains because it'll be so slick. But that's road that's in bad need of repair, so that's one is on the project. Then we're going to also we have just bought a new oil distributor truck. We bought a new spreading equipment last year to put down chip and seal, and we've got that equipment upgraded. We just opened the bids, and you can imagine we got this truck. Looks like, you remember the old milk trucks when we were kids? What they look? That's what this truck looks like, except it's got a lot of other paraphernalia on it, and it's got a boom bar, spray bar that lays down in the back of it and folds up, and it'll spray oil 20 foot wide.
Yeah,
because we have this new spreader that'll spread 20 foot wide. So we can block the road, make you back up, lay down the oil, be right behind it with the spreader and the trucks with the chips on it, and cover it in one pass, and we do the whole road. So we just bought this truck. And tell you how expensive it is. I've told you before, road graders are $240,000. Dump trucks are $130,000, $140,000. This truck was $185,000 to haul oil, and it heats it up, sprays it down. So we just bought that. It's a Peterbilt, and it's really good. So we're going to put it to work on resealing some of the roads that we have been chip and sealing in the last 5 years. They need to have a second coat on them. That's something that the county has never been able to do before, but we're going to try to keep up with it. We start a plan to keep up with it, and there's money coming into Road and Bridge that really, really helps with that. The monies that are going to sunset in 2023, the half-cent sales tax, and the legislature is going to put that. They have made a legislation this year and passed it to put it on the ballot next year to renew that half-cent sales tax. Without the revenue that gives to the counties and to the cities, 70% of it goes to the state. We get 15. The cities get 15. But that 15% of that half-cent sales tax revenue is dedicated to new road construction and upgrades. And right now, it's on pace to give us $660,000 this year.
That's a lot of
That helps us buy this truck. It lets us chip and seal and reseal to keep up with more roads than we normally would be able to. Without that $660,000, we'd be basically doing road maintenance outside of our state aid. Now, Promised Land Road, Monkey Run, and Christian Road are going to be a state aid. The state gives us so much money, and we have to match it with 10% of the money. So those roads get done basically every year, but about $250,000 a year worth. But that half-cent sales tax, and it'll be a renewal. We're paying it now. That's how much it helps this county do road work. If that is not renewed in 2023, which this county will really be hurting for funds to keep up the roads, and we've been on aggressive to us with the limitations we have to upgrade more and more roads, but we don't want to pave and upgrade more roads when we can't take care of the ones we've got, because chip and seal roads especially need to be addressed every 5 to 10 years, and they haven't been for very obvious reasons, and we want to try to change that. So,
but see, Mickey, the government's got all the money. It's supposed to be free.
It is free. And at the same time, they keep playing with the labor laws, and they're passing constitutional amendments, changing minimum wage, and that's fine for people to make more money, but it affects counties' operation that have been behind all this time, and now they've got to catch up. Now they're forced to catch up. It's a huge move. You got to play all these things to keep up. So it's
I hear you.
Cost of living goes up, but I've challenged people in the past, and the ones who come before me did good jobs. Get off the road, get off the highway in any county in any direction from Baxter County. go out and drive their county roads and come back and complain to us.
Mm-hmm.
Our guys do a great job, and we're trying, and they do the planning and submit to me, this is what we'd like to do, and we talk about it, but they know where the traffic's at, they know where the needs are, and usually when I get a call and told about a problem, they're already working on it. If somebody's called a sheriff's office or 911, they've already called my guys and they've already taken care of it. They're Johnny on the spot.
That's good.
I mean, the last storm I went through, they were 7 or 8 of them out working before I even knew we had a storm.
That's good. That's a good crew. 7:50, more with the judge right after this.
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. 4-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work. And deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
For years I've lifted weights, probably 30 years. The last 2.5, 3 years I'd have pain in my back of my deltoid at the joint. And it was extremely painful, and it didn't matter if I lifted weights or what I did. Whenever I pushed on anything, it hurt. Dr. Osgood had told me about this laser therapy, and so I tried it. 4 sessions later, 0 pain. And now I'm lifting weights again with no pain.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with a pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
7:53, finishing out the program with County Judge Mickey Pendergrass. And what do you think about the president walking into North Korea the other day?
Historical event. That was pretty amazing. I saw the replays of that when I was traveling this weekend and stayed away from the news. But yeah, that isn't, no matter who's in the office, the fact that the president of the United States could walk into North Korea. I was listening to an old friend of mine who's a longtime military veteran. And he said, Mr. President, end the Korean War and bring our people home. And I think this is a move maybe to get us there. I have a nephew in South Korea right now. And the thousands and maybe millions of young men and women that have been stationed there since that Korean War, it's still not over. It's a truce. And I think that was a huge step. And I think there's a lot of things in national and international politics that just drives me nuts. But that was, I don't matter who it was, that was a great move.
I think so too. Don't you know that leader of Kim Jong-un, don't you know that he was telling his people, you make sure nothing goes wrong?
Yeah. It was funny, they had this squabble between the press trying to get in there and the North Korean guards, and the press secretary got kind of banged up over it. Yeah, that's the way there. It's a different world. And I hear the pushback of the negative feedback because it's Donald Trump. Basically, is the reason why they do that. But I hear the pushback on that. Well, you know that Kim Jong-un is using this. This is a gold mine to him and his nation. So what? It's a step, people. It's diplomacy. That's what it's called. Sometimes you got to cross that line to get a relationship, to put an end to the nonsense and the stupidity that is going on in a communist nation. It's hard to do, but I think it's a step, and we'll see where it goes, and history will judge that. But let him use it as a gold mine, but we will use it too. Hey, Kim, you remember when we talked to each other? Now you going to act like this? It could soften them up. It's worked before, and it's not worked before, so we'll see where this goes.
But, since, 1952?
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
It's better than sending a cruise missile in there.
You bet.
Any day of the week.
And then how he handled the drone attack from Iran.
Mm-hmm.
How many people will die? At least 150? Well, don't go after them.
At my judges conference, I'm going to relay this on because I think it needs to be said. We were at Hot Springs this week, Wednesday and Thursday and Friday morning, meeting with other county judges around Arkansas. Well, Friday morning, Congressman French Hill, who represents the 2nd District of Arkansas, very educated, very experienced businessman. And some of the many things he said and we was talking about, and of course, he had just come home from voting on the bill to give the emergency help to the border, which was badly needed and should have been done 2 years ago. But somebody asked him, he took some questions, and one of the guys asked him about the partisanship and the nonpartisan and be able to be bipartisan in the Congress. And he says, what you need to do, folks, mark this down, is turn off the TV from all national news between 7 o'clock at night and 11 o'clock at night. I live in Washington, D.C., and I work there. I'm a congressman, and there's all this going on in the background that's never, ever reported. And I kind of suspected that. And he went on, he talked about that, and he said, so what I do is I'll go on to Netflix, or I'll get a good movie, or I'll go out and do this, but I will not watch network and cable news from 7 o'clock at night to 11 o'clock at night, because they're going to do just like this show. That's why they got me here, I guess, because it's controversial. But they're going to take that number one item up here and make a big deal out of it, and they're going to broadcast it over and over, and you're going to think
and they beat it to death.
That's all. And hey, it's both sides. I don't listen to Sean Hannity for the same reason.
Mm-hmm.
And he and I probably agree on 90 to 100% of our stuff. But I can't stand to listen to him because he's like he says, he's like the opposite, opposing view of him. They get on the subject and they forget, and you think that's all happening in Washington, D.C. And Congressman Hill says that's not true. He said, I work with them every single day that we're up there. And he says, a lot of stuff going on. The problem is the leadership won't let it come out. Because of the media and because of the pushback they might get. Like this one that got out on the bill, there are people that are absolutely fuming mad over that bill getting passed. Well, they finally done something together.
Yeah.
I can think of a lot of
so
other
who's
things.
In trouble, the Democrats or the Republicans?
The Democrats are. They're blocking everything. The same reason that the Republicans were before.
Well, who's that Democrat in New York that told Schumer, says, I'm going to back the GOP on some of this stuff because you're wrong.
Yes. And that needs to be said more and more. We've gotten to the point to where the political party has become more important than the good of the country.
Right.
And that's just completely backwards. I don't care who you are or what party you belong to. That's completely
Hillary
backwards.
Lost. They're still, Hillary lost.
And it turns me against party politics because you're standing more for what the party believes in instead of what's best for the country. Now, I happen to believe that the party that I'm in is more in line with what's best for the country. But I'm sure they do too. But there's somewhere in the middle. We've got to work together and get beyond that. And I heard somebody recently say the only way to fix this is to get a good, strong third party, and he may be right.
That's true. About 45 seconds, perhaps.
Come by and see us. Stay safe on the river. Enjoy the fireworks. Don't blow your finger off. Get somebody that knows what they're doing to light it. Yeah. Don't set any fires. We got fire departments ready to go, but they'd soon be watching the fireworks with you instead of putting the fire out. and enjoy the water. Just catch some big fish.
Yep, that'll be fun.
But appreciate everybody being here and the support. And if you have any issues, call us and we'll try to get you an answer.
Sounds good. Scooter, final thought? You got anything?
Nope,
No?
I'm
Well,
good.
I guess we're going to wrap it up a few seconds early, huh? All
I
right, we'll
guess
see
so.
everybody tomorrow. Have a great day,
Good
everybody.
night. Good day.